Osnovna ideja skupa kome smo prisustvovali jeste ukazivanje na promene koje se dešavaju kada su u pitanju pretnje koje nas vrebaju na webu. Kao i sve ostale promene koje se dešavaju oko nas, tako su nove vrste malicioznih napada sve brojnije, ali i drugačije. Na stručnjacima iz kompanije koje se bave ovim problematikom je da nas na odgovarajući način zaštite. Osim novinara i stručnjaka kompanije Kaspersky Labs, ovom događaju su prisustvovali i predstavnici holandske policije, odseka za cyber kriminal, koji su iz svog ugla govorili o načinima borbe protiv ove vrste kriminala. I istaći ćemo da je bilo vrlo zanimljivo slušati načine borbe protiv ove vrste kriminala iz perspektive onih koji se na tom planu bore iz ugla zakona. Ono što je na nas ostavilo poseban utisak jeste što su čak i nama, novinarima, današnje vrste zlonamernih ataka na podatke, a samim tim i novac korisnika, predstavljene na potpuno drugačiji način. U toj meri da smo i sami znatno ozbiljnije počeli da razmišljamo na tu temu. Vreme raznih trojanaca, virusa, kojima smo nekada bili izloženi putem neproverenih medija priključenih na računar, kao što su CD, DVD, USB, je prošlost. Glavne pretnje vrebaju sa weba i njima možemo biti izloženi svi. Čak i oni koji misle da su nedodirljivi, ako o tome ne povedu računa. Naravno, glavne pretnje hakera danas su usmerene ka kompanijama, odnosno izvlačenju finansijske dobiti na osnovu uzurpiranih podataka. U tom smislu posebnu pretnju predstavlja ransomware, kojim se Kaspersky posebno bavio na ovoj konferenciji. Nova vrsta cyber ataka na računare koja zlonamernima omogućava da lako preuzmu kontrolu nad računarima, a njihove vlasnike kroz formu ucene uslove da svoje podatke otkupe. Novcem ili, na primjer, transferom bitcoina kako bi dobili enkripcijski ključ, a samim tim nazad i svoje podatke. Interesantan podatak jeste da je prosječna šteta nastala atakom na mala preduzeća iznosi skoro $100.000 po cyber napadu, dok je prosječna šteta u slučajima napada na veće kompanije i korporacije oko $800.000. Ukoliko ste običan pojedinac ili pa gamer, verovatno ćete pomisliti, šta će bilo kome moji podaci, oni nemaju nikakvu posebnu vrednost. A onda pomislite na sve svoje poslovne partnere i komunikaciju koju ste makar mailom vodili sa njima. Šta bi se dogodilo da tako mail komunikacije dopre do poslovnih suparnika ili koliko vi možete biti pogođeni u poslu ako vaš poslovni partner bude žrtva cyber ataka? Itekako, svako od nas može postati žrtva. Na Kaspersky Cyber Security Weekendu smo imali prilike da odslušamo i predavanja koje se tiču naloga gamera na poznatim sajtovima. Zamislite samo da vam neko hakuje akaunt na Steamu, na kome određenu igru igrate godinu dana unazad, ili da vam prisvoji sve vaše dosadašnje kupovine igara, DLC-ova ili kupovina brojnih itema u igrama. Da li i dalje smatrate da nikome ne trebaju vaši podaci, pa i ako se dogodi tako nešto, da nećete biti oštećeni? Moramo se zaštititi, na prvom mestu edukovati, kako bi rizik od cyber ataka sveli na najmanju moguću meru. Benchmark će se u narednom periodu ozbiljnije baviti ovim temama kako bi svoju publiku na pravi način usmerio i edukovao. Upozorio na opasnosti koje nas vrebaju kroz praktične primere i naravno kako učiniti sve što je u našoj moći da potencijalni rizik smanjimo na minimum. A pretnje oko nas itekako ima. O tome možda dovoljno govori podatak da je Srbija u neslavnom vrhu zemalja u kojima su korisnici izloženi raznim vrstama cyber napada i lokalnih pretnji. Možemo se zaštititi naravno, samo je potrebno ovoj temi pristupiti sa mnogo više respekta nego što to uobičajeno činimo. U prvom redu, potrebno je da budemo svesni opasnosti koje nas vrebaju. Za sve ostalo, tu je Kaspersky Labs.
At the moment we see different trends. One side what we actually have is ransomware. So piece of malware which tries to encrypt data and then to get money from the person to get the data back. So this is at the moment happening, and we see that this will definitely go on and is currently also adapted from the normal computer to the mobile platform. And if you think even a bit further, this attack scheme may also be applicable to IoT platform. So I don't think that this trend will just stop, but it will definitely go on and even grow further. The term of ransomware, like ransom applications, malicious activities. Internet of Things, IoT, is a very hot and trending topic, of course. Most of the people think it's something maybe in the future, but we already have it now. So a lot of devices what we have at home or which are around us are connected smart devices. And the problems here are a lot of different ones. One side, we have the classical security problems, which means it's in principle a small computer, so there are vulnerabilities and which can be abused by attackers. Some can even be infected with malware. what we've just seen some weeks ago, where a big botnet was created out of webcams. So these are the classical security-focused problems what we have. On the other side is the privacy topic. Imagine every IoT device, in principle, is a sensor. Whether it's a smart fridge, a door lock, smart TV, whatever is connected at your home, it's a sensor in first place. It recognizes something and generates data, a lot of data. Just imagine these devices are running 24/7. They're collecting huge mass of data about you, about your behavior, about your personal environment. And at the moment we have a big problem on one side about the transparency, what's happening with the data, how much data is stored, where is it stored, and also on the other side, who has access to the data. Because here you can clearly create huge profiles from the very personal area of one at home. I mean, normally when you think of your home, it's like your private place, you're protected. But all of these devices start to kind of spy on you. And therefore we need more transparency, more control, and also more options on these devices. But the people have control about these sensors and not someone else, some third party. Currently see several trends going on. And on one side, of course, we need to a bit foresee what's happening in the future. Normally you can do this based on the trends. One very important one is that attacks on payment systems will definitely rise. So we have already a lot of new payment systems, like paying with your mobile phone, wireless payments and credit cards and so on. So there will be definitely more attacks on these platforms and also on larger scale, like stock markets. On the other side, it's not only about like doing some malicious activity like creating botnets, but also to get data. And then it's always the question, what happens with the data? On one side we have the professionals who ordered to get some specific data, classical espionage, in order to like use the data to make some money. On the other side we also have this trend of so-called doxing and public shaming. So sensitive information is published in the internet to like ruin a person or even a company by this. Though this is at the moment like something we see will continue to grow. It's definitely something to develop even bigger than we see it at the moment. Yeah, the Cyber Security Weekend is one of the events what we're organizing, and it's a very important facility in order to share information. Because information sharing is like the first rule in IT security, because with information sharing people get aware about what's really going on. And only with awareness people can start about protecting themselves. If you're not aware of a problem, you don't care about the problem, because you don't know that this problem even exists. So it's very important to share in this expert circle this knowledge what we gained with you, with the journalists, with the people, in order to create more awareness, better protection, to reduce the effects of cybercrime.
Today we live in a very interesting world, because all of the devices that we own are now connected to the internet. It's not just about computers or phones. Nowadays we have smart TVs and smart washing machines or smart fridges. Every device in our houses is smart. And one of my favorite books is 1984 by George Orwell. And this is a book about a very utopic future in which in every house there is a TV with a camera and a microphone that is monitoring what's happening in the house. So the only place where a person can have his privacy is to go in a corner of the room, because in the corner of the room the camera cannot watch it. And I think that what scares me about the present date is that it's exactly like George Orwell's novel, 1984, the only difference is that we bought these TVs with our own money because we want to have them in our house. And of course, we like technology, we like being connected, we like being able to, socialize on the internet. But I think like with every technology, we need to look at both the good parts and the bad parts. And I think that the bad part is that there is no more privacy. Essentially, all of our lives are online on the internet, and of course, there's many examples of threats that can happen, bad things that can happen, ranging from very simple examples, such as somebody breaking into your house because they know you are not home, they know that you're in vacation because you're posting pictures on Facebook from your vacation, to more, let's say, technically interesting stories when your computer gets infected after you clicked on some link and all of your pictures and memories get encrypted by some ransomware. So there's dangers everywhere over the internet. Right now, Kaspersky Lab is processing more than 300,000 new and unique viruses per day, which is a huge, huge number. And unfortunately, cyber criminals around the world, they have all the incentive to continue these attacks because they make quite a big amount of money by stealing our personal information and making it available to other attackers. I think that the main problem nowadays is that there is a huge lack of security awareness. Nobody is doing education. So in my vision, the way that this should be approached is like the way we educate our kids. When you talk with a little kid, you always tell him, whenever you cross the street, be careful, look to the left, look to the right to make sure that the car doesn't hit you. When you're on the street, don't talk to strangers because talking to strangers might be dangerous. So I think that we need to provide our kids a basic level of, let's say, security awareness and understanding. Because in reality, all kids, they grow up with devices, tablets and phones and computers. And while they're small, they don't understand the possible consequences of a cyber attack. They don't have credit cards, they don't have online banking accounts, they don't have any valuable documents on their computers. But once they grow up, they start doing these important things, and that's when it becomes a problem. So my top 3 advices would be, first of all, update all of your software. Not many people realize that when you see that pop-up, that you need to update an application, that's usually a fix for security bugs. Because all applications, they have some problems sooner or later, so you need to always keep everything updated. Second of all, back up your information, because one of the most dangerous threats that are over the internet right now is ransomware. And once you get hit by ransomware and your data is encrypted, the only way to decrypt it without paying the bad guys, and we don't like to encourage you to pay the bad guys, is if you have a backup. And third but not least, try to educate yourself. Try to be a little bit suspicious about, let's say, an email coming from a person that you don't know with an attachment, even if it's a PDF or a document file. Most viruses nowadays, they spread through these malicious files. So just try to be a little bit suspicious, a little bit paranoid, and if you have questions, just ask somebody who is, let's say, more specialized in computers. At Kaspersky Lab, we have several resources that can be very helpful for educating the public. First of all, we have our blog, blog.kaspersky.com. And this is a blog for the mainstream market. It's not for security specialists, it's not for IT specialists, it's for people like you, for people like my mother, for people like, my grandmother, who are interested in just reading about security. For those of you who are more, let's say, interested in the technical details, we have our research blog, which is securelist.com, and that's where we publish all of the technical details that we can find about the latest threats that are happening around. And last but not least, we have an email address, which is called newvirus@kaspersky.com. And if you ever have a suspicious file, a suspicious document or a suspicious executable file that you downloaded from the internet, you can send it to newvirus@kaspersky.com, and one of our analysts will analyze the file and will reply to you if that file is detected as malware or if it's clean. And this actually helps us to discover new viruses, because when people send malicious documents to us, maybe it's a document that we haven't seen before. It's the first time we see it. So this is one of the ways in which we discover new viruses and add detection to them.